Allow me to share with you Tuan Sing's experience in the redevelopment of 18 Robinson in downtown CBD, Singapore. I hope that by the end of this presentation, you will agree with me that this project exemplifies the excellent ethos of Tuan Sing, for which I'm very proud to be in and which has given me the opportunity to grow with the company. Before proceeding, I'd like to thank our CEO, Mr. William Lim, who has been very supportive and encouraging throughout the 18 Robinson project. I will start by briefly giving you a snapshot of Tuan Sing Holdings. Sorry, yeah, technical glitch. Tuan Sing Holdings Limited is listed in the Singapore Exchange since 1973. We had our 50th anniversary 2 years ago in 2019. We are a well-regarded real estate developer in Singapore and the region. Our portfolio covers the gamut of residential, commercial, and industrial properties in Singapore, Australia, Indonesia, and China. Moving on, allow me to share with you a project that is very dear and close to our hearts in Tuan Sing Holdings. It is 18 Robinson, and you get a glimpse of this on this cover here. This site has an incredible legacy, its provenance dating back to pre-war colonial days of the British Far East. As you can see from this postcard taken in 1928, I'm sorry. It is a compact triangular shaped site of 18,500 square feet and at the busy cross junction of Robinson Road, Cross Street and Market Street in CBD, Singapore. In 2011, we perceived that a remarkable change was about to take place along Robinson Road and that it was time to consider redevelopment of the site. With the addition of the development along Marina Bay, Robinson Road was no longer at the edge of the city, but a part of an expanding center close to Raffles Place and the traditional buildings of Tanjong Pagar. We then took a conscious commitment to develop the site by moving away from the present and look to the future demographics, combining work, live and play in the program, sensitive as always to sustainability and inclusivity. This picture shows Robinson Towers in 2012, just before it was taken down for redevelopment. It is a typical modern office building in post-independence downtown CBD, Singapore. And this is what transpired, the pièce de résistance of a splendid gravity-defying tower embodying sustainable urbanism. The final outcome for such a compact site exceeds the expectations of many of us. As you can very well see it here, the elegant night and day views of 18 Robinson. We are very happy that the building has done very well commercially and has won many design awards. Let me show you a clip of the completed 18 Robinson. Distance lends enchantment to the view. The distinctive angled composition of 18 Robinson persists in the view as you approach from a distance. The podium massing hovers above the street level to reveal an oasis of calm on a series of roof gardens and terraces. This gives a gesture intended to enhance the continuity from the ground to the spaciousness of the atrium gardens. The offset lift core and column-free floor plate maximizes marina views for the Grade A office space. At the crown of the building, lush greenery and landscape lends an enchanting respite from the bustle of the busy CBD below and beyond. This is another view of the crown landscape. I hope you find the clip interesting, and I shall move on to give you a few images of the interior spaces. This is the concierge and the main office lobby with its double volume space that presents visitors with a vivid and atmospheric sense of arrival. Despite this compact site, we deliberately carved this volume into the building, and we often hear visitors telling us that the main lobby gives them a really palpable sense of spaciousness. On this slide, we show you the interior office spaces. The floor plate is purpose-built, purpose-designed for column-free corner for the well-appointed C-suite office, as you can see on the top right picture. I'd like to draw your attention to the exceptional clarity of the low E, low iron glass that we specified. For the viewer, the clarity of the low iron glass heightens the visceral sense of all-round panorama of the city vistas and marina views. On the bottom of the slide, you can see that all office floors have general ceiling heights of 3 meters and column-free floor plates. This is a typical office plan. And on the right of you see two images. This is the Singapore office of our New York architect, KPF. At the top right of the slide, you can see the typical lift lobbies of the office, which is with these clean lines of understated sophistication. And at the bottom, you'll see retail shops and F&B destinations linked with generous-sized arcades and escalators. And now move on to share with you a few features of 18 Robinson, which I believe you'll find quite exceptional. I'll start by giving you a brief primer of Singapore's policy on landscape replacement area. This URA requirement for landscape replacement area was something that was hard to understand at the outset of the process. Essentially, this requires that we provide greenery and landscape on upper levels of the building in aggregate areas equivalent to the development site area. Singapore's greenery and landscape has continuously evolved since post-independence, and the casual observer can see how Singapore has transformed itself. In the context of 18 Robinson, as can be seen on this slide, it becomes second nature to favor evenly spread terraces throughout the building. And this is evident in the fresh approach we have taken. As you can see here, the element of green spaces threaded through the tower has helped to create a building that feels very much of Singapore and gives a wonderful tropical expression to 18 Robinson. We hope its success will lead others to follow in our path. More so, we believe it is a contemporary best practice on sustainable urbanism. And the next feature I will want to share with you is the novel engineering strategies which we took to overcome the challenges of the site. Briefly, as you can see on the slide, 18 Robinson comprises three parts: a 20-story office tower hovering over the podium, supported by only 2 mega columns and the core, a 7-story retail podium, including F&B offerings at grade, an underground 6-level basement, which contains a fully automated mechanized car park system. The site is extremely congested, as you can see on this slide taken in March 2015. For scale, the compact site is approximately 2.5 times the tennis court. And on this compact site, we have a foundation system comprising a diaphragm wall system, barrettes for the mega columns and lift cores, and board piles. This complication requires different sets of piling equipment to be choreographed on the site when carrying out the installation of the diaphragm wall, barrettes, and board piles. One of the challenges is that the site is very, very close to the metro tunnel. At this closest point, it is merely 5 meters away from the tunnel. As you can see on the right side of the slide, it's a computer generation. In order that the metro tunnels are not impacted by the basement construction, we developed a multicellular coffer system using 3D simulation and analysis to design, predict, control the deformation of the retaining coffer system to within an inch. The multicellular coffer, we call it the snowman, is extremely robust because it distributes the ground forces within the ring structure and allows strut-free excavation. We turn this engineering challenge to our advantage. With this robust coffer system, we are able to incorporate a top-down construction sequence. This top-down construction sequence allows us to construct the basement and the superstructure simultaneously, a time and cost-saving initiative. In the event the main contractor benefited from this top-down construction sequence, we shave off 12 months in construction time. When the basement was completed, we were at level 19, which is 2/3 of the building height. I hope I can still hold your attention so far, and I shall next touch on a special one-of-its-kind car park system in Singapore, in this part of the world. This is the first in Singapore and in East Asia. It is a fully automated mechanized system using automated guided vehicles, AGV for short. We are proud to say we are an early adopter of AGV. The AGV can be likened to a robotic valet, which takes over the parking and retrieval of a visitor's car. The system is battery powered, and this certainly has the advantage of zero emission operations. I'll now show you a clip of its operation in 18 Robinson. Here you see a car arriving and enters into the car lift, and a fully automated system takes over, brings the car to the basement level with no human supervision. This is the AGV, the robotic valet, automated guided vehicles, AGV for short, proceeding to the car lift. It proceeds to draw the car very gently out with precise control maneuvers all the way mechanically without fuss, safely to dock the car onto a parking space, just like this. Very clever. Now the next sequence, it shows the retrieval of the car. And this is activated from the car park panel at the drop off by the user. Yeah, and this is the close-up showing the mechanics of the system. It's quite interesting, and it's a state-of-art automated mechanized car park system. Again, with precise control maneuvers to bring the car into the lift. Goes around very fuss-free, no human intervention, straight into the car lift in a manner like a valet does. It brings it up safely to the top, the car owner. All this contributed to 18 Robinson to be certified Singapore's Green Mark Gold Plus. We estimated a savings of $500,000 a year, and the payback for the commitment is approximately 6 years. Moving on, we consciously incorporate universal design principles at the outset. Beyond code compliances, we develop an app tailored for 18 Robinson operations, which provides at your fingertips visitor management system and tenant registration, directory information, virtual access card on the apps, and very importantly, an interactive wayfinding menu developed to include users with visual impairment. The user's app integrates the lift, turnstile, car park systems, providing seamless workflow within the building. You can call this a smart building. A wayfinding app with voice prompts is also integrated into the application, providing meaningful navigation for users with visual impairment. In this slide, you can see the app being tested by members from the Singapore Association for the Visually Handicapped. We are very happy that it is capable of meaningful navigation guidance to the visually impaired. The association has also taken on this initiative to promote this module to the stakeholders. I would like to share an interesting observation arising from this exercise that we made. Unlike Google Maps, where navigation guidance is turn left, turn right, for the visually impaired, the convention uses the clock face to give accurate direction prompts to the visually impaired. You can actually download this app onto your mobile phones. Before ending here, please allow me to indulge in a little bit of hyperbole and borrow a quote from President Kennedy's speech in 1962. We do this in Tuan Sing and all the other things in 18 Robinson, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. And on this note, thank you very much for your attention.